Welcome. It's week 4 right here at Patreon for those of us at the English Makes No Sense Patreon class. I am so glad you are here. Today we're going to take a look at hobbies. You know hobbies, things we do for fun. Yeah, everyone has a hobby. Some people like to read, some people like to write, some people like to make videos about the English language. We all have a hobby. So today we're going to go through a list of various hobbies, different hobbies that we all can practice saying and use in our everyday conversation. Okay, so let's begin, my friends. Here we go. We're going to learn about things we do for fun and entertainment. Okay, lots of people like music as their hobby. People love to make music. They like to listen to music. Some people are musicians. Some people like to go see movies and plays that are musicals. So let's first take a look at music or musica. I'm going to get my pointer out. Okay, music. You can read with me or just listen to me and practice. All right? People love to listen to music. I love to listen to music. So when someone asks, so Sarah, what's your hobby? I can say, well, one of my hobbies is music. You try it. What's your hobby? Awesome. Here we go. People love to make music. I don't know how to make music, but I would love to know how to make music. Many like live music. What? Yeah, it looks like live music, but when we say many like live music, many is the subject, like is the verb, and live, instead of live, live is the adjective describing music. So this looks like an odd sentence, but it is a sentence. Many like live music. The word people is implied here. So many, it's short for many people like live music. What is live music? Not live music. Live music is when you go see musicians in action. So when they are playing their instruments. Got it? Many like live music, not live music, live. Long I. Types of music you might like. Pop, short for popular. Rock, jazz, cool jazz. Where's my cool jazz glasses? Cool jazz. Salsa. I wish I could salsa dance. Salsa or orchestra. A person who plays an instrument is called a musician. A musician, yeah. If you play an instrument, you are a musician. I like to watch musicals. What are musicals? And it sounds like there's a U in here, but that's the schwa sound. Musicals are stories told through song and dance. Think West Side Story, Hamilton, Evita, trying to think of other Sound of Music. Musicals. So here's our two words. Musicals, and musician. Got it? Let's continue. Play an instrument. If you play an instrument, you are a musician. Here are the different instruments you can play. Many people play piano. I like the flute. The flute, I don't know how to play it, but I would like it. She plays the drums. Boom, 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 boom. She plays the drums. He plays violin. Here it is, violin. I want to learn the guitar. See, playing an instrument is a hobby. Now, food is also a hobby. When someone says, what hobbies do you have? You could say, my hobby is food. What? How can your hobby be food? Let me tell you. Many people have food for a hobby. Food as a hobby includes cooking, baking, watching cooking shows. Yes, you could just watch cooking shows. That is a hobby. Words for making food. Okay? I love food. It's not my hobby, but I do like different ways to cook it. So let me show you. Frying. Frying. She fries the fish in oil. Frying. Boiling. So frying in Spanish, frita, fried. Boiling. He boils the potatoes all the time. My mom always boiled, past tense, boiled potatoes. Okay? Here's another way to cook. Baking. Baking cookies is so much fun. Different ways that food can be your hobby. I like baking. I do like baking. I love baking cookies. Okay? And when we cook, bake, boil, or fry, we put seasoning. You put seasoning. Seasoning, you know, more salt. Oh, more pepper. Okay? Seasoning. She seasons the fish with garlic and lemon. Seasoning. Now, many people do experimenting with food. What? Experimenting with food is trying new recipes. He experiments with new recipes. This is a hard word to pronounce. So here's the pronunciation. Recipes. Recipes. You know, the instructions for making food. Try it. Look at all these. Go over it in your head. Practice saying them out loud. Frying, usually done in oil. Boiling, water. Baking, in an oven. Seasoning with spices, salt, pepper, garlic. And experimenting with new recipes. Can you say it? Recipes. Boom. All right, verbs for cooking. You know I can't leave you without some verbs and some grammar. So you may know it, but let's practice. I cook, you cook. He, she, it cooks. We cook, you cook. They cook. Now we're going to boil. I boil, you boil. He, she, it boils. We boil, you boil. They boil. Let's do to fry. I fry, you fry. He, she, it fries. We fry, you fry, they fry. Boom. These are easy to look at. The only thing that changes is the first person plural. First person singular, sorry. So we put an S at the end, and here we only put not just an S, we get rid of the Y and add I-E-S. Fries. Now, I season, you season. He, she, it seasons. We season, you season, they season. You try it next. 1, 2, 3. I season, you season. He, she, it seasons. We season, they season. You season. Why do we do all these verbs? I do know, because they have to do with food and how to prepare food. Got it? Now, many people have traveling for their hobby. Yeah, travel, to go to different places. I like to travel. I don't have the money to travel, but I like to travel. there are two types of travel. Here we go. Domestic travel, to travel within one's own country. So I travel from Wisconsin to Massachusetts. That's domestic travel. International travel, we know that, outside of one's country. If I travel to your country, it's international travel. You travel to my country, it's international. What if we're in the same country? Because you know some of us are. Then that's domestic. Okay, now we're going to look at the verb to travel. It's just like the other ones. Many people love to travel. I want to be an international traveler. So here's where we can take the verb travel, add an ER, and now it's a noun. Traveler, someone who travels. Since COVID, domestic travel is popular. Very popular. Traveler and popular. Ways we can travel. Now, we travel by different modes of transportation. We can travel by plane, by train, by subway, by automobile, by bus, by scooter, and by motorcycle. Now, when we travel by one of these modes of transportation, we can answer someone like, how are you going to California? I am going to California by train. How are you going to Argentina? I'm going to Argentina by plane. Okay? And by scooter, I can travel to another town by scooter. Now, when I go on a plane, I could go on a plane to get somewhere. But these are what we call our modes of transportation. Got it? We can travel on a plane, on a train, in a car, on a bus, on a scooter, and on a motorcycle. But we don't travel on car. We travel in a car, or by a car. Why? That's the confusing thing. We can go by plane or on a plane, by train or on a train, by subway or on the subway, by an automobile, in an automobile, by bus, on the bus, by scooter, I'm riding on my scooter, by motorcycle, on my motorcycle. Whew, that's a lot of prepositions. Sorry. All right. You can also ride share. What? Yeah, take a taxi. That's the normal way. Uber. I don't know if you have Uber where you live, but Uber is a ride sharing program. And Uber has turned into a verb and a noun. So I'm going to call Uber. Okay. So, hey, Uber, I need a ride. Or I'm going to punch in. Oh, Uber. But I can also use it as a verb. I'm going to Uber. You want to Uber? You want to share a ride? You want to use this Uber app? Or same thing, I'm going to Lyft. Want to split a Lyft? We're going to share it. You get in, I get in, Lyft, take us away. Got it? So Uber and Lyft are ride share programs. The taxi is the traditional ride share. Health and fitness. Health and fitness is also a hobby. Lots of people like to work out. Let's get physical, physical. I want to get, health and fitness. I don't really do a lot of that. But here are the terms we use for health and fitness. Going to the gym. Try it. People often say, I'm going to the gym. What does that mean? That means they're going to go work out. Lift weights, pump some iron. Okay, working out is another name for exercising. Exercising is another name for working out. Many people like exercising. Try it. Many people like exercising. Jogging. When you run at a steady pace, you are jogging. Go ahead, try it. Jogging. We're going jogging. We're going jogga, 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 jogging. Or if we're going to run, we also have running. Jogging and running are often used the same way. Es la misma. But running or jogging. Now, swimming. Swimming is fun in pools, lakes, and oceans. I like to swim in the ocean. Now, CrossFit, very big in the United States. Many people like to do CrossFit. They lift things, they throw things, they run, they climb. CrossFit. Then we have cycling. We call bicycling. We don't say, hey, I'm a bicyclist. No, it's cycling. You know, you're on your bike. Dun, dun, dun. Cycling is an Olympic sport. The Olympics are coming up. And then here's one that's big in gyms. Pilates. Pilates. It could be Pilates or Pilates. Pilates. Pilates is what a lot of people say in the United States. Pilates is a type of exercise. Low impact, very strong. I don't do it. Got it? Those are all the different health and fitness. Now, you're saying, wait, Sarah, this is a lot of information. Yeah, so you can just pause it and look over the words. Rewind it, take a look at it. Remember, working out, exercising, going to the gym. All are synonyms. Going to the gym, working out, exercising. All are used interchangeably. Got it? Now, sports that people play. Many people play sports as their hobby. Play baseball. Play basketball. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks. Basketball. Play football. And not, let's see, football in the rest of the world is what we call soccer. So here's what the rest of the world calls football, but we call football, you know, the American football. We play American football. The rest of the world plays football, which Americans call soccer. I know, go figure. Play volleyball, play kickball, volleyball, kickball, softball, and many people play golf. I do not play golf. Boring. Golf. Okay, so here's soccer, or for the rest of the world, football. Here's American football, and here's golf. For golf. I don't like golf. Now, video games and technology are also hobbies. Many people play video games as a hobby. You know, we call those people gamers. Can you say gamers? They are gamers. Okay, then we have a new word, computer nerds. People who love to work on and with computers are computer nerds. Then we have programmers, people who create computer programs and games. Programmers. Practice. Programmers. Now, then we have graphic artists / designer. A graphic artist or a graphic designer. Someone who creates visuals, pictures, visuals for computer programs. This is a visual created by a graphic designer. Oh, or a graphic artist. Now, arts and crafts. We have a lot of arts and crafts for hobbies. We are just going to practice the words. Ready? Here we go. Dance, bailar. Dance, drawing, sketching, where you use pencil and paper, sketching, painting, making music. Making music. Now we have other crafts. These are crafts. Knitting. Knitting, the K is silent. Knitting. Crochet. Oh, it looks like crotchet. but it's crochet because it's French. C'est oui. Then we have pottery. Pottery, when you make pots and bowls and vases or vases. Soap making. Soap making. Some people, at least in the United States, make their soap as a hobby. I don't know why. Then DIY. When someone says I'm a DIY, do it yourself. They're a do-it-yourselfer. DIY, do it yourself. Got it? That's a lot of vocabulary. But just rewind, practice, try it again, practice. This is going to be a little longer lesson because there's so much information. I got a couple of requests for hobbies, so here we go. All right, gardening. That's a great hobby. One of my favorite, gardening, to work in your garden. Someone who likes to garden is called a gardener. Gardener. Got it? If you are good at growing plants, people may say you have a green thumb. A green thumb. You have a green thumb. If you have a green thumb, it's not the color. No, it means you are good with plants. Okay, and there are two types of gardeners. There are vegetable gardeners and flower gardeners. And some people grow both, like me, and we are just gardeners. All right, words to remember. Let's go through it. I'll go kind of slow and kind of fast. Baking, baking, cooking in an oven. Boiling, boiling. When we heat up water and put in bubbling water, boiling. Computer nerd, someone who plays a lot of or spends a lot of time on the computer. Computer nerd. Okay, so baking in an oven, boiling, cooking with bubbling water. Computer nerd, someone who spends a lot of time working on and playing with computers. Now here we go. Domestic or domestic, either one works. Traveler. Experimenting, experimenting, experimenting. To try new things, to test. Frying, to cook in hot oil in a shallow pan or in a deep fryer. Okay. Gamer, gamer. Someone who plays a lot of video games. I'm a gamer. No, I'm not. And then we have gardener, gardener. Someone who likes to plant things and tends a garden. Now look it, I haven't. Someone who likes, I'm going to have to, who likes, see, teachers make mistakes. Who likes, it shouldn't be likes, not, okay, likes to plant things and tend a garden. Perfect. Okay. Now, words to remember again. Going to the gym. Going to exercise or work out. Graphic artist, designer. Someone who creates digital art. Green thumb. Green thumb. Someone who is good at growing plants. Musicals, musicals, musicals. Stories told through song and dance. Musician, musician. A person who makes music with an instrument. Programmer, programmer. Someone who creates computers programs. Now look, there's another typo. Creates computer. Let me get in there. Creates computer programs. Editing on the fly. Okay, recipes. Recipes. A set of instructions for preparing a particular dish. Recipes. Then we have seasoning. 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 Salt, herbs, or spices added to food for flavor. And then work out. Work, work, work. Work out. Another way of saying you are exercising. Got it? That's a lot of work, you guys. I am so sorry that there is so much, but there's just so much to do with hobbies. Maybe I should have broke it up into two. I don't know. You tell me. All right, so check yourself. I'll write it. I'll read the question. You write down the answer. Someone who works in the garden is a, you fill it in. Take out paper and pencil, write it out. A story told through song and dance. What is that? It starts with an M. If you are good with plants, you may have a travel inside your own country is blank travel. It's a big word, remember it. A person who plays a lot of video games is called a, and when you try or test new things like a recipe, you are, remember it, big one. You are, now write them down. Write them down. Do you have them written? Here we go. Check your answers, please. Number 1, gardener. Number 2, musical. Number 3, green thumb. 4, domestic. 5, gamer. 6, recipes. 7, experimenting. Experimenting. Got it? If you got 7 of 7, where's my cheer button? If you got 7 of 7, if you got 6 of 7, 5 of 7, or if you didn't even do it, but you just know it in your head, nice job. Awesome. If you didn't get all of them, go back and rewind and take a look at them, okay? Now, to wrap it up, that's a great saying. To wrap it up, in conclusion, try and use the new vocabulary this week. Try and use some of the phrases. Write me a few sentences or send me a voice message using the vocabulary. If you follow me on English Makes No Sense on Instagram, leave me a voice message. Or email me and type through the messages right here on Patreon and let me know your hobbies. So try and use the new vocabulary. Tell me about your hobbies. You could call me or leave me a voice message or write me a few sentences about your hobbies. And then that's good practice for you and for me to see if it works. Please let me know what you like or what you don't like. If you think this is too long, and I apologize, it is very long, but I had a lot to tell and maybe I should have broken it up into 2. But here we have it. As always, let me know what you think and what would you like to see in future classes. I know I have to do apostrophes coming up and more about going out to eat or words around the house. That will probably be next week's. So words around the house and going out to eat. There's also another video about ordering from the menu and food. Got it? I hope this wasn't too long. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you soon, and we will do a live very soon. Peace, friends. Thank you. Bye.